I think it was like US RS-1 or whatever, but it was a nuclear submarine, and it had these tracks that I could deploy underneath it so it could crawl on the seafloor.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's cool.
It's my two favorite things, all in one.
Tracked submarine. God damn.
It's like a beached whale, but longer.
Yeah.
Not to you, to itself.
Has Callum gotten in yet?
Nah,
Yeah, I'm here.
nothing.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, there he is.
Just caught, like, I think I've still got a bit of bloody, AK micro balloons flying around the room a bit. Well, because I got the fan going underneath the desk at the moment, so...
For the dogs.
Gotta keep them cool.
Yeah. Hot summer's heat.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think I accidentally, like, brushed some of the micro balloons down there, and it's just spreading around the room, so if I start hacking my lungs out, you'll know what it is.
Death by micro balloons.
It'll be
Pretty
like
much.
it'll be like Ezra in that one episode. Was it the Shillelagh episode?
Oh, with the bloody, extra thin.
Yeah.
So quirky.
That's for the kind of guy to drink toxic chemicals and then use it as his personality.
Yes.
You mean like every American ever?
Guns, bacon, Jesus, and beer.
Oh god.
Guns, bacon, Jesus, and beer.
You're
I
not
saw
wrong.
a T-shirt that said that.
You just described Garrison's entire upbringing.
You're not wrong.
Entire upbringing, bro. That's his entire life.
No.
Personality.
I love guns and bacon, but the rest can fuck off.
What about
Wait, you
beer?
don't love beer?
What kind
Okay,
of
actually,
illegal art?
wait, no, beer can stay. Beer can stay. I'm sorry, I was thinking about Jesus, the carpenter that everyone thought was some second god, but that's for another episode.
It's just Mr.
Yeah, let's
Mia
do-
pulling the strings.
Let's do MMP Christianity.
Oh god, philosophy episode.
MMP episode 69. Greg defunks Christianity.
Yes, let's
the
do
hill
it.
to die on for that episode will be the Anglican Church is not that bad.
Get someone on here who believes it too.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
Look at Pinju on the slide. He's wet.
He is. He's sweating.
Oh, that fire's hot.
I thought they were like bullet holes.
Bullet holes.
That's what they
Who
look
would
like.
shoot our Pinju, bro? You know, Ravi doesn't have bull
The
holes in him.
streets of Nepal.
The streets.
Hey, the Horizon Island Defense Force exists for a reason.
That's true. To serve Pinju.
Garrison, what was it like seeing Ravi?
I almost cried.
He had a religious experience.
It's like it's my baby. It's my
He's a
son.
mythical being.
Cats, but lazier.
Yeah.
More usable though.
Well then, on that note, you are listening to the Market Machines podcast. And this week...
someone fucking with something.
Yeah, Ezra. That's not even Ezra, never mind. Jack!
No, that's me. I'm digging through the tools here. Just,
Jack,
here, I'll
take
let you do the
ladies out
intro.
of the juice bed. We're recording.
Shit. Go on.
Wait, shit, are we doing introductions?
No,
Yes.
Not yet. Yes,
Not
Not yet, Ezra.
Dennis is literally just trying to say what the fucking first sentence of the episode.
We don't have a subject this week. We decided we're going to just have a nice, relaxed, intimate, sensual episode with you all.
Sensual.
Mhm.
I'm consenting now.
Well then, shall we do some introductions?
We could skip those.
Yeah,
Fuck
already
you,
know.
Jack.
Yeah, fuck you, Jack. We need your intros.
My name's Garrison. I'm in Kansas, in my basement, drinking fucking Canadian Club whiskey in my coffee.
Garrison, take a sip of that real quick for me, eh?
Stand by.
Let's get some ASMR here.
Woo! Put more in there than I thought.
Jack, if this guy's not wasted by the end of the episode, I'm going to be really unhappy.
Hey,
I think
Garrison,
so
a
last
quarter.
time, too.
I'm
Garrison,
gonna
are
send
you,
you a picture of this and show you how much is in there.
Garrison, are you sure you didn't? It wasn't you added whiskey to your coffee. You just added coffee to your whiskey.
Well, technically, there's about it's not half, but it's not 1/3 full. So hang on, I'll show you guys.
What?
The American education
You may
system
have
right
a
now.
third of a glass of whiskey. He pulls out a comically large glass.
Well, go look at podcast planning. The first big indented line, that's where the whiskey's at. That's how much whiskey I put in there.
Jesus.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yep, you got it. That's your goal. You got to get through that entire lot by the end of the episode.
No, by the end of the hobby news, because if he gets through it by the end of the episode, then we won't get to enjoy the chaos that will follow.
So you
Well-
want me to fail?
Oh yes.
Well, I'm going to be.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to be joining Garrison in the Canadian Club. I'm Callum from New Zealand, and I am enjoying a can of Canadian Club with dry ginger ale.
Ooh.
This is a pre-mixed
Nice.
RTD, and they are pretty good. These sit are about 7%, so this is going to get good.
My man.
I'm also in the Canadian club tonight, but because I'm actually Canadian, I'm Jack.
That's
What are you
it.
drinking, Jack?
Daniels.
Fucking quick set extra thin. I don't know. I don't have anything.
Hey, how do you have quick set? The entire country ran out of that like 3 weeks ago.
I copped it like 3 weeks ago. You were there.
Damn.
Dennis, here's the reason.
Quick set does not smell as good as the original.
Oh God.
Well,
It
you
doesn't.
got- it attacks the senses. It's a bit too spicy.
Ezra had asked.
You're right.
Yes. Well, I am Ezra, and because I cannot legally drink, I'm eating an extra large banana.
That's not a drink.
Why'd you say it like that?
Extra large banana, you say. No wonder your audio quality is so good.
Mmm, it's tasty.
Got that extra large serving size.
Well, you got me, Dennis, in Ontario, and I am currently drinking a lime sparkling water. Very fruity.
Hey, just like me.
Just
No
embracing it.
arguments there.
Awesome. Well, shall we just skip the previously planned episode T55 and just go right to the hobby news?
Pinju.
Yeah, that's called foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing to weeks in advance.
Foreshadowing, foreplay, same shit.
Yeah, we like to tickle our audience.
Oh.
It's ribbed for their pleasure.
In a sensual manner.
Hey yo! I kind
Okay.
of want this.
What have we got,
Pre-lubricated
Dennis?
Panther tracks. Okay, so I was at work surfing the internet as I am wont to do, and I found this. This is coming out from Meng. This is a German Panther Ausführung G. This is one of the late versions, and this one's pretty cool because it comes with the FG1250 active night vision system, which you can see in the bottom right picture there. Those are CAD renderings of the parts once they've been assembled. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, the Panther from Meng is no stranger to us. They've done a few of them over the years. This one, basically, the main difference from the ones that they've done previously, it's a late Model G, and it has the infrared night vision system. Other than that, it's, from at least from what I can tell, kind of based off the CADs, it's a conventional Meng Panther. It's got individual link tracks. It's got the clear parts, photo wise.
Does it have the interior?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I will say it does have a cannon breech, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is something. But yeah, this is coming out in probably mid 2023, I'm going to say. And yeah.
That would make a very good 1946 diorama.
I agree.
Yes.
That rendering looks really good.
I've got Shanghai Dragon's version of this, and just by the looks of it, Ming's just already looks way better.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how they compared.
The box art, 100% Ming.
Yeah.
The Shanghai Dragon, they're surprisingly not a crazy amount of parts.
Really?
Yeah, you would think being a Dragon kit, it'd be like the 251 I just did, but no, there was it's like almost like a Tamiya kit.
Shout out to Shanghai Dragon.
Interesting shout out.
So these are more from Copper State, their World War One stuff, which I need to get my hands on some Copper State stuff.
Cool.
So they're announcing 3 vehicles. You have a 5.7 centimeter Grusin Fahrpanzer. I think that's the one in the middle. I think that's got a 57mm cannon on it, or is that the one?
No, they're in
No,
order.
no, that's the right one.
Those names are in order. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the one on the right. So that's a turret that's just been dragged along by a horse usually, and then set up.
It's so cool. The boiler thing.
Yeah, and then in the middle you got the Garford Pudilov heavy armored car, and
That's pretty cool.
and you also have the Auto Blindo Turney Tripoli. I don't know. You'll see it. You'll see it if you're watching the video. But these are all armored cars or artillery. One of them being the stationary turret that's just dragged along by horses, and then left in there with some poor sod. So, which is something that I really want to build. It looks great. I've seen one of these in real life actually, in Athens. Athens Museum had one.
This isn't a 3-in-1 kit, is it?
No, these are just 3
No,
releases.
these are all separate?
Yeah,
Okay.
all separate. But yeah, so more World War One stuff. I'm loving the World War One trend at the moment. It's so cool.
Yes.
I'm right there with you.
What was it? Mini Art that's doing the American Expeditionary Forces, right?
That's ICM.
ICM.
ICM. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think all of us are here for the exact same model.
Yeah.
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 Gimme.
Yeah.
HIDF that shit.
I was going to say HIDF's got thermals on it.
Got some poor swamp kid pulling you.
No.
What's next? So
Interesting.
Academy have announced something. When was the last time Academy actually released anything?
I thought
This
they were
isn't
out
new
of
tooling,
business.
is it?
They did a Panzer III DAK. This is going back, I want to say, 2 years ago?
At least.
Yeah, and it had Lincoln tracks and all that.
They came out the Panzer II, I think, last year.
Ezra would know.
Of course, Ezra would know.
Yeah.
Yes, I am subscribed to Fine Scale Modeler.
But yeah, so this is an SDKF 251 A, B, C, whichever one, I can't remember. It seems like it's got some new parts to it. So they released this in 2020, I believe, and then they've just they're releasing it with new parts and probably some new decals as well. So
Yeah.
just
But
another
that's new
251.
tooling as of 2020.
Yes, I was having a look at ScaleMates that doesn't show any history before it.
Have you seen any reviews on the fit and whatnot?
No, I haven't. I didn't dive too deep into it.
Nobody bought this kit.
Let me go out on a limb here. This is probably going to be. It depends. It all depends on the tracks. Calum, do you know if these are vinyl tracks or Lincoln length?
My guess being Academy, probably vinyl, but
Probably vinyl.
Well, here's the deal. If they're Lincoln length, this could be arguably one of the better 251 kits in its price range.
How much
if
is
it's
it?
vinyl, you may as well get the old Tamiya one.
How much
usually
is it?
Academy is cheaper at Tamiya.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No,
Okay.
you know what? This is one kit I think because their Panzer III actually got really good reviews.
Did it have Lincoln length?
Yeah, Lincoln length.
Again,
Really?
there's nothing wrong with Academy. You know,
There's a few things wrong with Academy.
Now I got Academy's M1A1 Abrams from Iraq 03. It looked like it was a pretty good kit.
No, in all seriousness, this looks like it'd be pretty good.
yeah.
We should get Floki to build it. He loves
Yeah.
251s.
Yes.
It's
Do a
true.
review on it.
I'd never buy it myself, but
You know what?
Jack.
It is nice because it'll probably be a good You've got the AFV club and what were the other one? The Dragon 251s on the top end of the scale. You got the old Tamiya kit on the bottom end. Maybe this will be a good, mid-range kit.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
maybe that's
Maybe they'll
what they're
do
going
what
for.
Dragon. Yeah, maybe they'll do what Dragon did and just start expanding with different variants, but keep it that middle class, if you would.
Interesting. We'll
Very
see.
interesting.
Maybe it's coming out with another one of those three-wheeler tempos.
Yes.
This one, as far as I can tell, it's basically the same kit. It's just got a delivery box on the back.
I'm sorry, but who builds these?
I would if
Me.
they weren't so expensive. That thing's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'll buy one.
The fuck's
would-
wrong with you?
That would make a great early, pre-war Germany diorama or something like that.
You're right.
Well, hell, you could even do like a late war too, like a makeshift ambulance at the Battle of Berlin.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, because these were used up into the late 50s.
For some reason.
Well, I think in Germany they didn't have a lot of options after 45.
That's a good point.
Something like an economic collapse or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, something happened, and yeah, they didn't come out too well.
I do like
Shit.
I want to
Ninjago theme?
Yeah, it's my ringtone. I'm sorry, I was getting a call.
oh my
say
god.
hi to him for us.
I want to
I'm
apologize.
surprised you picked that up, Jack.
I'm from that generation.
Oh, such a good show.
Dennis, I would like to apologize for what I said about that Shanghai Dragon kit earlier. I decided to get it out and look, and I was mistaken. I thought it was like 5 sprues, but it was like fucking 2, 3, 4,
Oh, no.
5,
He's
6,
counting.
7, 8, 9 sprues.
Oh,
Jesus.
God. Hey,
Granted,
you
4 of them are
build it than
tracks,
me.
but
4 of them are tracks? Are you
Jeez.
I'm in danger.
I do like how this thing has suicide doors. I think that's pretty gangster of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All or nothing, baby.
That's pretty classy. I gotta give it to the Germans.
I take it that comes with a full interior and
Oh
stuff.
my
side
God.
by side.
Oh,
What, Jack?
that.
The Ontos.
Oh,
I
it's 1 to
love
16
this.
scale.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing as well. If the On the Bench podcast happens to listen to this episode, you guys are completely and utterly wrong about the Ontos. It is a wonderful little vehicle. We love it. It is great. It looks awesome. You need to rescind your comments.
wait,
Suck my dick.
Hey, hold on. Count, was On the Bench talking sweet about our Ontos?
No, they don't like it. They don't like the Ontos.
Tell him to fight me.
They think it's ugly.
It is
It's
not.
not ugly.
Look at that thing.
Of
They're
all the
ugly.
things that's wrong with it, it is not ugly.
It is not ugly. It is purposeful. It is designed to do a job.
It's cute. It's
It
like
has
Wally with
aesthetic
fucking
beauty.
guns.
Wally
but
but
with
armed.
recoilless rifles.
I don't get how you could not like it. I mean, think about it. Do we all like the 106, right? We all like the recoilless rifle.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you get 6 of them. It's 6 times better.
Yeah. And it's
better.
and it's cute. It's a little small boy.
It is. It's
Oh,
literally
this is the most-
Wally with fucking recoilless guns.
It's the most HIDF tank ever.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and look at that figure that comes with it.
I was
Like,
going to say,
Yeah, the detail in this kit looks insane.
see, for me at least, this is the first 1 to 16 scale kit from Tacom. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this one.
I'm right
I
there
mean,
with you.
didn't they release a 16 scale Ontos a year ago?
They
What's that?
teased it. I think this is the first time that we're actually getting like proper information about it.
Oh right, it was still in the works.
Yeah.
hmm
We should do an
right.
actual, like, on-toss group build. Where, like, you specifically build this kit.
Yeah,
I
I'd be down.
like that. Yeah.
I'd like to do that. I doubt it'll be I doubt it'll come to New Zealand.
Yeah,
Mm.
Cal's
Yeah, I'm
gonna end
not
up
doing
paying a fortune for it.
It'd be worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like the tadpole pretty much.
Wait, looking at these renders, it looks like it has ammo storage
It does.
on, like, the very back.
and
Yep.
look at that. They even
Like, it
got
drops-
the correct beehive pattern.
Those look
Hmm.
great. Those look
That's
so
so cool.
Those
I love
tracks
how-
look really nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is like the interior too. Like you could leave the back doors open and you would see so much.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Like I'm not into the 16th scale. I don't like the look of them, but this I would get. This is the only 16th scale I would get.
Well,
And it's
also-
going to be a good size in 16th as well.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
the Onplus is not a big vehicle, so in 16 scale, yeah, it's going to be big. It'll be probably a little bit bigger than 35th scale models, but
Well, it's
It'll
only
be like
20.
the size of like a 35th scale Panther or something.
yeah,
Yeah, it's only 24 centimeters long. That's still shorter than the tadpole I built.
and you know what?
Yeah.
At that size, you'll I think with this one because there's so many different parts to it. Between the recoilless rifles, the weird hull, all the parts, and on the interior, you'd actually be able to have some fun with just detailing it and weathering it and whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This would be a
Like,
fun model to just build. Like,
Yeah.
Well, because also what you could do, since the Marines use them, you could do a diorama where it's going over a bridge or being half semi-submerged to something.
Which Marines? The U.S. Marines or the Horizon Islands Marines?
Both. Yeah, supposed to be an airborne tank, and it ended up being used by the Marines, not the airborne troops.
Yeah, there's so much you could do with that.
Shout out to TACOM for finally getting it right with 1-16.
Yes.
Jackom, give me a goddamn M26.
Don't give him an M26. Just keep teasing him.
No, blue balling me.
Oh, interesting.
So, Gecko.
Hello.
These are 4 releases from Gecko. So you've got a Panzer II. It's a B. It's a Panzer II B, I believe. It's really early Panzer II.
Blitzkriegen.
Then hang on, I got the names for the other ones.
I want that Panzer II.
Yeah. No, I've already got a Panzer II. I don't need another one.
I do.
Yeah,
So
the Panther 2 is overrated. I feel. I think the Panzer 1's a cooler design.
Panther 2.
But it's like the image of the Blitzkrieg. Is that in motorcycles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's so the other things we have is if you look at the bottom left, that is a British World War II tractor 4x4 field artillery. So a C8 Mark II early.
Finally,
That should get Don revved up, shouldn't it?
it's getting
Yeah.
revved up. Finally, Like the
Yeah, the
pilot
Regiment
we had,
Museum
this
has
was
one of
the-
those. They were
Oh,
pulling it in when I went.
We've got one in that color too.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
nice.
Yeah, which is nice because the previously all there was that old Tamiya kit, which wasn't bad, but this will be so good.
Does
Yep.
it come with the artillery that it's pulling?
I don't know. I don't think it does. It would
There are
be
no
more
sayings. We
prominent
really do not
boxes.
expect a gun to be included. So you never know. They might include it. They might not.
The
They
Tamiya
probably should
one has
redo their
that.
fucking box art.
Mm.
Dicks.
Top right, you've got the same vehicle, but it's a C8 Quad Mark II. It's the late version. So that's in North Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we got one of these over here. I saw one at a air show recently. That's right, because I bombed Dennis with a whole bunch of photos of it.
You did, yes.
Because
I'm very happy of it.
that one was a proper Canadian built one as well that we stole.
Devious leg.
And then, so the bottom right is basically the Germans have captured one. So it's a Butte wagon. So it mentions a
Chop the top off.
7.5 centimeter Pack
Oh.
40 anti-tank gun tractor C8 Butte wagon. So, so the later model truck here, seeing an A boxing with captured vehicle decals as the choices. We do not know if it features any soldiers, the shell casings, or the towed gun as of yet. I think if they don't include those, that's like you can't have a gun tractor and not have the gun. You know, that's
Yeah,
just
or even the figures if it's that open top one. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the thought process behind that one? They're like, Hans, we need some more ventilation.
It's Los Santos Customs.
They got the
Mirage
Cabrio version.
Airlock edition.
What are Gecko models like? I've never built one.
I've heard they're good.
I've heard they're like Bronco.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah.
Next.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
This
What
I
is
want.
going on?
Okay, mini art.
This
is
is
a-
HIDF.
So this is the British B-type armored lorry. It's basically a World War One armored truck, and it looks amazing.
It's cool.
I do like the Royal Navy colors. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Minia are finally coming out with something that isn't a Panzer IV or a T-55. Can you believe it?
Yeah, exactly. Dennis, we should get some aftermarket rims for them and slam them.
Oh my god, no. I think
Throw 'em
it's
in the
3D
display
printer
case
up and
at
running. I've
Great
got a
Hobbies.
3D printer up and running, so I could do like aero discs or something like that.
Yes.
So
I want that, but I want to put 4-wheel drive tires on it, and then
Get
like
the
a 50.
AliExpress underglow.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So the one they're showing for this kit is for the Motor Bandits, Royal Navy Air Service. They're based in Dunkirk and Antwerp, autumn 1914. So I think if I bought this, I have about 3 Lewis guns left over from the Mark IV.
Oh god,
I would definitely put one on this.
that's nice.
That's
That's such
yeah.
a nice kit.
You can see why I love their World War One and interwar stuff, can't you? It's just, as a model subject, they are so cool, and they have so
Oh,
much,
yeah, look at that
British.
thing.
they have so much detail as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Thunder Models has
Ooh.
made a return to 35th scale, and this time they're
Oh,
coming
hello.
out with the Morris C9B, the late version, which carried the Bofors 40mm anti-aircraft gun. So very similar to the one that Gecko was coming out with. But this one's going to be the one which basically on the bed has the Bofors gun, and this was used by the British, Canadians, the Australians, and the Kiwis, I believe.
That's pretty
We
sweet.
probably had something like that. We had a lot of
Probably,
those
yeah.
Morris.
So this is what always shoots me down in aisle 2.
Now this is going to be pretty cool, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving the stabilizers on
I
there.
was going to say those.
Yeah.
Are pretty neat.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice those first.
Yeah,
It's
they camouflage them.
camouflage.
They are camouflaged.
I hope the fucking sticks come with it.
Clearly, it works.
Yeah. So shout out to Thunder Models. This looks pretty good.
Oh,
we got-
hello.
We have a new M3 Lee from I Love Kit. So
That
this
looks
is just
expensive.
yeah. So isn't I Love Kit just
It's
I want to say tack on
Trumpeter.
or trumpeter?
no. It's a Hobby Glass
Trumpeter.
Trumpeter.
Yeah.
I Love Kit. There's another one. Gallery. They're all the same.
Are they?
But yeah, so this is just another M3 Lee. It's not even A1 or anything. It's just the M3 early. So it's all riveted, not welded. Which
Good.
I like
Yeah,
the
that-
rivets.
that
Yeah.
gives me more incentive to buy this one. I like rivets on a tank. But supposedly it's supposed to be pretty good. It's brand new. So you got 2 markings. You have the one shown, which is for the Americans, and you have a Soviet Lend-Lease one. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
Interestingly, the Canadians also used this specific M3 for a period of time.
that's cool. Oh, this also comes with movable tracks with included pins for it.
Oh,
So
Ooh, that's not bad.
Oh, so
yeah.
so they'll be a nightmare to put together. But
Yeah.
I've been looking at this. I had a look at the sprues, and yeah, you're looking at multi. Yeah, you what?
Fuck that.
yeah, no.
Yeah, moving along. No one wants this kit
Yeah.
anymore.
Next.
Tamiya!
Mini Art has continued to release some new figure sets. This one is
Oh,
British
okay.
paratroopers in a cafe. This is pretty cool.
That would be really cool to put on like a cafe dia with German prisoners walking by.
Bro, the mini art painters are just
I was-
like so good.
Shout out
Oh, yeah.
to whoever
They
did the
are.
painting for this.
Yeah,
Very
Oh, man.
artistic.
Though his
artistic.
foam on his beer's kind of gray.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, I mean, it's war. You take what you can get. So,
Ooh,
we've got-
atrocious box art.
Wow, look at
That's
Yeah.
what I
that.
was thinking. Holy fuck.
so
Wait, no,
Dra-
didn't Dragons release these kits already? I think.
no, these are brand new releases apparently.
Oh god, that makes it even worse.
This box art, I literally had a T-34 with that same box art.
Yeah,
The-
these are 2022 releases with new parts in them.
New parts or new tooling?
But why the same box art? Like,
Because it's
Saves money.
original. Yeah.
So this is new parts from the original tooling is 1997, and then everything after has just been updated new parts and stuff. So
No, do not get these. Dragon in the 90s had horrible accuracy problems.
Oh, really?
Oh god.
There's so many other better T-34 kits. Like the Academy bed spring kit is a lot better than this kit.
I want to do a
I-
T-34 in Berlin with bed springs.
Get the Academy kit. It's really good, actually. It's the best Academy kit I've built.
is there a
photo etch or
Yeah, it's photo etch. They've even the hull is like pre-textured and or the turret is pre-textured and everything, like Lincoln-like
that's
tracks. Yeah, it's
Ezra,
really good.
Yes.
Ezra, I can confirm these are the exact same box arts as they used in 2006 and 2007.
I was gonna say because I've built
Nice.
that T-34 85 mod 1944, and it's honestly a really good kit. Came with magic tracks and a metal barrel.
Is that the one that you put in your 2022 highlights?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that turned out
Oh,
good.
it's that one.
Never mind, we changed our opinion on these.
But yeah. Next. It's just Dragon.
Kicking in. Oh,
Yo.
And we have
What the fuck is that?
Controversial slide.
Gannett.
So Airfix at the beginning of the year always shows off their year's releases.
wow, they are showing off.
Among a bunch of new decal, new boxes, and all of that, they've got two brand new ones. Although you could dispute one of them. So in 48 scale, they're going to be releasing a Fairy Gannet, which will have full interior and all of that. I'm with Dennis on this one. It's ugly as hell, but I want it. That will be a very good kit.
Beautiful. It's like the Ontos.
No, goodness, no.
And they are also in 35th. They're releasing a vehicle, the Ferret Scout Car Mark II.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna buy that.
Dennis had some reservations on this one.
I have
Guys,
one. I want to talk directly to whoever at Airfix worked on this kit. To the Airfix representative listening to this episode, why in your promotions would you say that would you show CADs of the radios and say, yeah, we give you two different types of radios in this kit, when the radios are buried behind the driver's compartment, which does not exist in this kit? You have given us radios and no other interior. How does that make sense? If you open up a hatch to show the radio, you must also show the rest of
Don't
the
argue it, Dennis. They're giving it to you for HIDF purposes.
Guys,
Yeah, you save them for later.
I'll be right back. My friend just said he's outside of my house and I should check my mailbox. I'll be right back.
Oh no, don't check your
pipe bomb.
mailbox, Ezra. He's not coming back.
I'll be right back. Oh, this is the same guy who I posted the picture with who looked dead. His
And this
soulless
is-
black eyes. I'll be right back.
Tom, listen to
He's
the
not
plot of the
coming
Hurt
back.
Locker.
Say what now?
Listen to the plot of the Hurt Locker.
No idea. I haven't seen it, but if we hear anything in the background, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway,
show
as
must
was-
go on.
Airfix, you have dropped the ball magnificently.
They tend to do that, don't they?
yeah. What Airfix is also doing at the moment is they're releasing a lot of boxes, like a Spitfire. Was it Spitfire? Lancaster, I want to say a Harrier. Like they release about 5 boxes of standard aircraft, and then they're including the F-35 with them all, as well as selling the F-35 by itself. I have a feeling their F-35 kit is not selling well.
There were words about the F-35 prior to recording. Emperor Tamiya killed the market.
Yeah. Tamiya made the definitive one. Everyone else, because there was about 4 F-35 releases afterwards, but they were a lot quieter than Tamiya's, and
These streets been real quiet ever since that F-35 dropped.
yeah.
I'm back.
That was quick.
Damn it.
You're lunch.
Well, we lost a bet.
Well, in my mailbox, I found a rock with a smiley face written on it that I think says Rocco wants rail with an exclamation mark at the end.
He wants you to get railed.
Yeah, interesting.
That's a request for consent. So put yes and put it back in your mailbox. And when you wake up at like 2 or 3 in the morning to something that shouldn't be where it's supposed to not be, just remember you consented.
That's just the postman, don't worry.
One sec, I'll send a picture of it.
Next.
Add it to
continue.
whips.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay,
well, we
Dennis,
have,
this is where you're wrong.
Up, wait, shut up.
I will-
We have a
I
segment
will die on
this
this hill.
He hasn't
podcast.
even said anything. He's not wrong yet.
Ezra, let him announce it.
Ezra, I know you're excited about the rock your boyfriend gave you, but that doesn't let you just supersede my introduction. We have a segment on this podcast called A Hill to Die On. And on A Hill to Die On, one of us comes on with a really crappy take, and the rest of us crucify him for it. And this week, we have Ezra.
Hello. Yes.
Ezra, you're racist. You can't say that about Mexicans.
But AK's Mexican, right?
With a last name like that, ain't you one of them?
No, AK is Mexican, right?
No, it's Spanish.
I thought it was Spanish.
Oh,
You can't say that
my
about
bad.
Mexicans either.
Ezra, what?
I just called him silly.
In Spanish.
You didn't know that AK was Spanish?
No, I thought ammo was Spanish and AK was Mexican.
They're all the
Ezra,
same.
Ezra, what are Vallejo?
No,
Jack,
no.
No, that context was bad.
Okay,
Well,
so
lay it on us.
yes, so my take is that Walmart Rust-Oleum spray paint can stand up to any AK metallic. And to demonstrate, I've posted some pictures of a wing of a 1/72nd scale B36 I'm working on that has just been base coated.
Foreshadowing.
As you can see, it has a nice shine to it.
Are you going to polish that?
I am not. If anything, I'm going to make it look grimy and greasy.
Nope, you're going to polish it and then
You
you're
should
gonna add
polish
grease
it.
to it. Yeah.
Make it a mirror.
Yeah, make it a mirror and then add grease to it.
Oh. But yeah, no, I still need to like spray a second color on there. A slightly darker metal.
Honestly, I can't even argue with you on this one because honestly, AK Extreme Metals are a scam.
It's AK. It is a scam. Yeah.
If you were going to say that the Rust-Oleum was better than their Super Chrome, then you'd have a fight. But nah, Extreme Metal sucks.
Well, doesn't your Super Chrome have a problem with rubbing off?
Shh.
See? This spray paint will not rub off and is therefore superior to your stupid AK Chrome.
Ezra, don't you have a problem with rubbing off?
Thanks, Jack. Appreciate that assist.
That was foul. Where's your Viagra, Ezra?
Jack's the kind of guy in a hockey game who just like slam body check Ezra into the boards.
And that's
Also-
why I play golf.
That Peacemaker is looking very nice, Ezra.
Thank you.
But just polish that paint, because the nice thing about Rust-Oleum is that it's going to be nice and thick. So just polish it.
It's not though. It goes down really thin. And
Polish it.
it's slightly transparent as well for the first like two layers.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses.
How many layers are you doing on this? Like, are you
that
filling
was-
up panel lines?
Oh no, they're all raised. You can't fill them.
Okay.
Did you scribe them at least?
I did not rescribe them.
Did you rescribe them? No, Dennis. No one has time for that shit.
Rescribing
better
panel
kits.
During
lines.
exams.
No. Rescribing panel lines on a 40-inch wingspan aircraft. That's also a bare metal finish. Seems like too much work.
But it would look good. It would
True.
look pretty good.
Fuck, guys, I gotta mute myself. I'm getting spam called right now by the person who left me the rock. I'll be right back.
Oh god.
Tell that horn dog to keep it in his pants just until the end of the episode. Caleb, you've been real quiet lately. I know you use extreme metal. What say you?
I mean, I like them. I use because I've got polished and white aluminium, and everyone says, "Oh, you got to do black base and stuff like that." I honestly, all my metallics, I've just been spraying onto straight plastic, and
Actually?
they come
Ooh.
out just fine. Like they come out, nice and shiny. There's a good coverage. Yeah, they're just great. I
Do you
like them.
polish yours, Caleb? Do you like buff them at all?
No. Purely because I haven't tried. I might try it. Don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, Callum. You seem like a Rust-Oleum kind of guy.
Honestly, yeah. I'm a
Caleb's the
Rust-Oleum
to
kind
use
of guy.
Spray cans.
I use spray cans.
Nah, I don't like spray cans that much. Yeah. It's because I
How
have
do
to
you
go
spell
out.
fewer?
I don't like spray cans. It's rough and it gets everywhere.
No, it's more I have to go outside to do it. Ugh. Who wants to do that?
Models don't go outside.
Yeah. But no, AKs are fine. I mean, tad pricey, yes, but I mean, for something
Cheaper
that
than
you can
alkaline.
just go, you can literally just grab your airbrush, pour it straight in, and immediately start spraying. That kind of evens it out. You know, you don't have to try and get your thinner and get the ratio balanced and all of that. So, you know, I mean, pros and cons. I mean, it's not absolutely perfect, but for what it is, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Well, that was the hill to die on.
Our defender has left.
Or he has. He's forfeited, so by default,
fell back.
William sucks.
Hey, it's
I
my
mean,
primer, goddammit.
He's just got to learn how to turn his phone off, and he'll be fine. You know, that will sort out the spam calls.
He has to set boundaries, man.
Yeah.
I want y'all to know that I'm 2/3 done with this cup.
Ooh.
You're getting there.
This episode is brought to you by Autoloader Decals. Have you wandered round the shelves of your local hobby store and found that perfect model kit? Great tooling, fun to build, and look, you remember seeing the subject. Perhaps it was a truck in the ubiquitous white UN paint scheme in the newspaper, or maybe it was a Sherman tank from your local armour unit. Everything is lining up for a fantastic new project, one with a more interesting connection to yourself, instead of a project derived from a history book. Then you open the kit, and there are none of those specific markings to be found. Waterslide decals really put the final touch on a model, and unfortunately for the model maker, most kit manufacturers won't put too much time into designing decals that produce a finished model in anything but its most stereotypical form. That's why Autoloader Decals exists. It is their sincere hope that you'll be able to find as much enjoyment using these special water slides as they have. Autoloader decal products are primarily focused on Canadian subjects, but in general, if you're looking for markings that represent vehicles from lesser known parts of modern history, chances are you might just be able to find something worth trying. The waterslide decals are printed through an inkjet printer and sealed with a high quality varnish to ensure their strength on the model. Unlike most other water slides, these decals only need to be submerged for a few seconds and can be placed right onto the model. They are incredibly tough and won't yellow over time. For an added benefit, decals intended for 1:35 scale are treated with a special varnish that gives a subtle, painted-on look that's both in scale and more realistic than other brands' offerings. All the products currently in production are listed in the store page. If you have a custom design you would like to order, the best way of making this order is to send an email through the contact page. Generally, the cost of a custom order will be 40 to 50% higher than any products that are in stock to account for labour. Also, as a special deal, if you are ordering a set of custom decals and you mention the Micro Machines podcast, you'll receive a free exclusive MMP Pinju decal with your order. So next time you're looking to build a specific or unique vehicle, look towards Autoloader Decals. Just go to www.autoloadermodels.ca for all your waterslide decal needs. And now, back to the show.
All right, what are we going to talk about next?
Whip that ass.
Ooh.
So I'm up first. So I finally finished my Battle of the Bulge submission with my Sturmpanzer for Brumba. I think this is the first group build I've done where I've finished on time, or even no, I'm actually early by 10 days. So
Oh, man.
There's only 10 days left? Oh no.
yeah, pull
I'm
finger,
fucked.
Jack. Actually, Dennis, what have you been doing for yours?
Nothing. I'm not participating.
Gay. But
Only
so just before we started recording, I managed to get all the small stuff, like all the stowage stuff, painted on and glued down, and to get the snow on. So I was using the AK micro balloons, snow micro balloons, just painting with thinned white glue around areas that I want snow to stick on, and you just sprinkle it over, shake it off, and yeah, it comes out really good.
That's really, really nice, subtle-looking snow too.
That is, micro balloons are a lot of fun.
They are so cool. It's incredible how fine they are as well. Like it's They're just awesome.
Almost as if they're a severe respiratory hazard, Calum?
Yeah. What are you talking about? So I was just putting snow on flat surfaces to, or just like in crevices and stuff, where it just kind of build up and you just wouldn't bother with it. So especially like around the towing cable along the front, I had a lot of fun with that one. But yeah, other than that, it's on the shelf, it's done, and yeah,
Looks
What a
good.
wonderful entry into the group build.
Yes,
Really, yeah.
nice. I love that packed snow on the front and the back. Looks really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I was actually surprised how well it came out.
Would you recommend this kit, Calum?
The kit, this is... Tamiya has two Brumbar kits. This one is the 1973 one.
Ooh.
So it's old Tamiya. I think and this is the early version of the Brumbar. The other one I think is much later. I think it's probably like 2000s or something like that. And that's also the late Brumbar. So on the front there, top right, you'd have a machine gunner, hull gunner there. So, but even if you pick this up dirt cheap, it's still a really good kit. So the only thing is the rubber band tracks aren't the best, and it's got the the earlier Tamiya where you put the top chassis onto the bottom, and you got those big holes underneath that you can't really see unless you flip the tank over. Like right underneath fenders and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got that, but in the long scheme of things, you don't really notice it. So it's honestly a really good kit. The side skirts and stuff all fit really well. Like last time I tried making side skirts was my Academy Panzer IV, and that was shit. Basically, didn't fit that well. So this is a good kit. It's like I had the whole kit built in a day. So
Very nice.
Yeah.
How many sprues was it?
3.
3. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Right on, dude.
So yeah, the only downside to doing like something with a Panzer IV is you got 8 road wheels per side with tires that you got to paint. That's why it took me.
My Panzer for you.
Yeah, that's why it's taking me so long. I was just procrastinating on doing the wheels.
I hate that. Wheels are my least favorite part.
Yeah, now I've bought myself some circular stencils. So now if I'm going to do road
good
wheels,
investment.
yeah. So now it's going to be sprayed all the tire color, and then just pick the right size, and then spray the interior.
Dude, that is so smart.
Yeah, because I'm over doing the bloody hand painting and ugh.
Did you get the wheel stencil from Alley?
No, this is just a generic circle stencil plate from a art store.
I'm sure it's probably the same as one you would get from Alley, though.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, I matched it up with the kit wheels, and there is a size that fits those wheels perfectly. So, yeah.
Nice.
Very nice,
But,
Calum.
yeah.
Well done.
Who's next?
Oh,
Oh my! Oh my!
well, second semester has started up for me, so
Oh,
model machine back to being broke. Although I will say I am currently 3D printing 2 1:100 scale IGN commies. We'll see how those turn out.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
your printer up. Nice.
Yeah, I took it to work, so now Aaron's got 2 printers to work with. But yeah, the HIDF Towmobile continues to take shape. Just threw all my HIDF figures on for scale there. I guess in related news, the Micro Machines podcast had their first field trip. Jack and I went to Toronto. We went to Wheels and Wings, spent, 3 hours in there.
Oh, yeah, it was a
Yeah.
while.
We picked up
lucky
some
bastards!
cool things. We had sushi at a train station off of a bench.
It was
and that-
good sushi.
That stuff was busting.
It was crazy.
You have to go like the really hole in the wall places which like don't pass their health inspections.
That tuna was way too cheap.
Yeah,
Kids in the
I don't
corner
wanna
doing their
think about
homework.
that too. But yeah, and so while we were at Wheels and Wings, I picked up this Meng PLA ZTQ 15 in 1:72 scale for $20. I built it over the course of 2 hours. And honestly, from 1 to 72, there were only 2 points of it that weren't good. The tracks did not have interface detail,
Ugh.
and the bar armor was too thick. But other than
You
that,
can barely notice that interface detail though.
it was a really, really nice kit. I really enjoyed it, and it had really decent detail. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that looks like a good kit.
yeah, it was actually pretty fun.
Huh. Nice.
But that's it for me.
Wait, oh, dang it. I added another picture. Can you reload the slides, Dennis?
No.
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 No, because
Alright.
then he's got to.
Not given the context, Ezra.
Well, here's my 1/72nd scale Revell Monogram B36 all finally slammed together.
That thing
As
is
you-
fucking big.
Yeah, it is quite large.
Like, where are you even going to store that? Like, display it?
I'm thinking of either hanging it on my wall, like
I was gonna say that
vertically,
has to be hung.
like hanging it vertically against my wall.
You'd have to make
Or-
sure you'd have to make sure whatever you're attaching to it is definitely a frame and not jib board
Oh yeah,
or drywall, whatever you guys call it.
oh yeah. Or I'm gonna put it on a base in flight with the wheels retracting, and then donate it to the local military museum.
That would be cool.
That's
Yeah,
also
That would
good
be
call.
pretty cool.
Because it's like really dark in there and moody, and that would reflect super nice off of the bare metal finish.
So are you doing bare metal finish for the entire thing, or is it just the wings?
Oh, it's the whole thing, except for like the direct bottom and half of the wings. The bottom of the wings.
What are you doing
Right.
for those?
That's gonna be white, anti-flash
Okay,
white.
yeah.
So Ezra, remember, you have to paint it all chrome, polish it to a perfect mirror finish, and then you can mother it.
Bet sounds like a plan. The only problem with this kit was the raised panel lines.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
so
they're fine.
That's a sizable problem.
Yeah, so it was a
Deal
bitch
breaker.
to try to get rid of the giant seam line down the middle. So that's the only place I could see a problem with having a pristine, polished finish, is you'll be able to see where some of the panel lines got sanded off.
This
There's
shit
probably
just
a way
bothers
around
me.
that.
Yeah,
I just feel like the wings are on backwards just because of the way the engines are facing. It's fucking with me.
honestly, I bet I could use some like stretched sprue and like lay down one side and then like stretch it.
I'm
Like
too
some
tipsy
soup-
for this.
Some super, super thin stretched sprue. I don't know.
So creating raised panel lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a new one.
And then I
Yeah, that
ordered
could work,
I ordered masks for it because I don't want to have to paint. I don't have to want to mask each individual panel.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I closed up the bomb bay because I'm building it as a RB36, not a regular B36. So,
What's that, the recon version?
yes, so it has a big bulge at the, at the front,
Does
Hey,
it
yo.
now?
right under the canopy. There's a big bulge, and then at the back, there's 3 big bulges.
Damn.
For free?
So yeah,
Is that what you were gonna add to the slides?
no, I was gonna add a
Oh.
picture of me in my
don't wanna hear
mascot,
it. I don't wanna hear it.
suit.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't reload the slides.
But yeah, I mean, you can see this thing's genuinely massive.
Yeah. Damn, that's impressive.
We should all be so lucky.
Only if. Only if.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hello. I am
Hello.
back from the dead and have a finished product that's worth showing.
Yay.
This is my Dragon 1/35th 251/17 Offs D with a 2 cm autocannon. Made for the Fewer Grenadier Brigade before they pushed on the Americans on December 24th, 1944. Yeah, it's finished for the time being. I gotta add 3 figures and then finish the base for it and it'll be done. But ta-da!
I will say I've watched this thing from like the first stage of it being built. Garrison, you really did a great job with this, buddy.
The scratches are insane.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love the whitewash you did.
Yeah, the scratches were the best part for me.
Thank you. Appreciate it, fellas.
Did you use
This was-
chipping fluid for them?
No, I actually went with hairspray. First time trying the hairspray method, and I let it sit for a little while, so it'd be harder to get off. And it was nice.
Cool. Looks
Worked
great.
really well.
Yeah.
Really well done, man.
I enjoyed. I broke the fucking antenna on the second to last picture, which pisses me off because I've had to like finagle this thing in weird angles with my hand, like hovering over the antenna, putting a lot of pressure in certain spots, and I never broke the antenna once. And the second to last picture, I snapped that bitch, and I just got really upset. But
Maybe you can make a new one out of stretch sprue.
I might just paint the top and call it good, because I found the piece
That's
that
fair.
snapped off, and then in my tipsy state, I left it in the fucking photo booth, and I flung that bitch around, so it's somewhere in the basement, and yeah. But it was fun. I had a good time, and I used that Vallejo thick mud and earth texture stuff to add 2 different layers of mud. That stuff, I fucking love it. I'll probably never make my own shit ever again.
It looks awesome. Definitely your best mud effects by far.
I think this is
Definitely.
the best model yet, honestly.
I agree. This is a good looking model.
This is titties, honestly.
Yeah,
Yes.
kits.
My boys. Thank you guys, appreciate it. And the next slide has better interior pictures.
Whoa.
I do love the interior.
That was fun to do. Added that basket of bread with made the tarp over it with the tarps on the ammo racks on the sides, and yeah, I used the slightly red color, try to make it look like the red oxide primer, but I don't know how well that turned out.
Looks good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It was fun though. It was very fun. I think my favorite part of the interior is the tarps covering the ammo with the exposed ammunition for that 20 mil.
Yeah, those tarps turned out really well. Sometimes it's hard to get them looking good.
Thank you. And the next one, showing off the base.
That Frozen Creek, dude. Look at that.
That
Yeah,
was
smexy.
That was
All of
used.
that. Holy.
The Creek was made with advanced silicone clear for kitchen and bathroom projects.
Nice.
Yeah, Bruise and Bruise off YouTube. I got that idea from him, and it was a great idea. I wanted to use that to make icicles, but I got too impatient, so that probably won't happen. But yeah, this has been fun. I used the same thick mud European earth texture, and then the regular earth texture for the groundwork, and that was like, excuse me, shit. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever go back to making my own, because this is just works so fucking well.
Is that chip seam there? Is that aluminum foil with toilet paper on top?
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the ship. Yeah, so that's the Tamiya 1-700 Matsu I'm working on, and that is, it's not toilet paper. So the way I got that was you crumple up tinfoil, you glue it down, and then you glue down one big sheet of tinfoil on top of it, and then
That's
you
tinfoil on. Okay, yeah.
and then you get glue and put it on top so paint sticks better, like it's a better surface to grab onto. And then I sprayed Tamiya XF2 white. You can see it kind of in that middle picture better, where I got the lower parts of where the waves aren't capping.
I see that. Yeah.
That way,
There's so many planes.
because okay, so the Matsu, if you don't know, was used as a Japanese. It was like the front most ship that. God damn it, I can't think. It escorted convoys, supply convoys from Japan to whatever island they were fucking off on, and it was kind of like their ship escort, right? So they got ambushed quite a bit, and I think there's like 12 or 14 of them made, and I think all but 2 got destroyed. So I'm making a vignette diorama of the Matsu being ambushed by US P-40s and being retaliated by Japanese aircraft. One of them I'm making white. You can see there on the bottom left, and the others are going to be the Japanese Navy green, Japanese Navy green. And then the figures for the 251 dial on the far right on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nice.
But that's what I've been up to, and I'm looking forward to. I should have my Battle of the Bulge entry done by the end of next weekend, right before we finish out the timeline. I just gotta get snow on the ground. So
Nice one. Looks great.
thank you, fellas.
Oh, here
Ooh.
I am.
I'm
not sure why there's the 4. I think I added some more stuff, but that's a strange configuration there. Alright, so yeah, not great pictures. I took them with haste before I was heading out the door. But yeah, you can basically see the camo I threw on the Panther there. With it's the forest green and the red oxide there. And I did leave the road wheels tan as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so for figures, my resin figures came from Allie, finally.
Yes.
Yeah,
nice.
They look great. But by the time I got them, I realized I sealed this Panther up, and I realized that with the figures that I got, there's not going to be any way to see the interior, because I put a ton of work into that interior. I wanted to kind of show that off, right? So you can see in the top right picture there, the Alley figures actually came with extra heads, and I'm actually scratch building a figure that will be opening up the engine door there, just to give it a reason to be open. So
Nice.
I'm just kind of putting together. I guess this is 4 different figures here, and it's a lot of Tamiya putty, but I think it'll look all right. And
Jack out here doing what needs to be done.
Scratch building figures. Where does it stop?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. But yeah, that's pretty much how that's going. I've got that base there too. Yeah, you can see on the bottom left there actually, because it's a late Panther. One of the toolboxes there has been ripped off, leaving the hull red primer there. That should leave a cool effect. And it's also, the whole thing's covered in these cables as well. I don't know if that looks, I can't decide if it looks corny or not, but I think I'm just going to try and keep them. Because why not?
My guy, I love that you're making a late war Panther.
They're fun to make. You can just kind of, I deliberately ripped all the tools and stuff off of it too, so.
Nice.
Panthers are just they're my favorite German tank, so.
They're cool. They're neat. And you can do a lot with them because there were a decent amount of them, and a lot of them looked pretty scrappy. These pictures don't really show it, but I've ripped a lot of fenders off of this one, so.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you add Zimmerman to this one or no?
No, because it's a late one. This was after they stopped using the Zimmerman.
You're right.
I wish those pictures were a bit better, but I actually did some pretty nice color modulation on the top with lighter tones where the green would be a little more faded, and then worked it down. and it looks pretty nice. I'd have to get some better photos or show it in person, but I'm excited with how it's turning out, and maybe I'll spend all day tomorrow weathering it. We'll see.
You should definitely take pictures and send them to us tonight.
Yes.
I will. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've got exams coming up, so I've been studying as well. Model Machine is slowing down, but it's not quite broke because I've got a deadline. So we'll see if I make it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
With
god.
that brings us to the last segment on tonight's episode.
my brother.
Where I will be doing a review of Tamiya's new-ish A34 Comet cruiser tank in 1/35 scale. I'd like to preface this review by saying that while I am not biased, I would like to thank Great Hobbies and Bulge for being so kind as to provide me with the kit to build. However, my views are not representative of any views that they may hold regarding this. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, but yeah. So this is going to be my totally unbiased review. So, before we get into it, basically, yeah, let me pull up my review I actually wrote here, because I actually wrote quite a bit on our Discord server, and if you want to see that, you can actually go on there. So, basically, what do we have here? So, back in 2022, Tamiya released this. The Comet was the primary 30, and all the way back. This was their main flagship release for 2022 in 35th scale armor. It represents the A34 Comet in its original configuration during the Second World War. That features basically the earlier style Normandy cowling exhaust, the earlier tracks. Just like they used Comets extensively after the war, but this one represents one that saw service in Western Europe right up until 1945. So, guess where do we start with it? So, the kit has, I believe, 5 sprues. It has just over 300 parts. It's all molded in their conventional olive drab plastic. There is 1 sprue of clear parts, very small. There's only like 1 part that you actually end up using from it. And it does not have photo etch. The kit has Lincoln-like tracks, which are fixed. It doesn't have working suspension or running gear. And it has a one-piece cannon barrel for the 17-pounder, which is fixed in place by a one-piece canvas mantlet, which basically fixes the elevation. So basically, the way that you see the Comet in this photograph and this one, this is exactly how it would look if you built it, right? Unless you did some major surgery, this is exactly how it's going to look. And I built this basically entirely out of the box. The kit features 2 figures, both of which are in the turret. They are torso figures. I'll speak a bit more about those in a minute, but yeah, so basically, the best overview I can give of it is that this is about as no frills of a Comet as you'll get. Bronco makes one. They made one way back in, I think, 2008, and they re-released it with a metal barrel and individual link tracks, I'll say in 2014. This does not have much in common with that. It doesn't have photo etch, metal parts, or anything like that. However, I will contend that this is actually the better kit. So in this slide, what you can see is basically the way it looked fully assembled prior to me taking it all apart again and painting it. Okay, so just to get off the bat, I'm going to talk a little bit about basically how I built it and then finished it. And then I'm going to get into sort of the pros and the cons of the model. So right off the bat, when it comes to painting, so Tamiya has an actual color. I think it's XF61 dark green. And that color is basically what they call out as the British SCC 15, which is the type of color that they painted the Comets in. So I did some more research regarding the Tamiya callout for it, and as best as I can tell, it is... You could totally get away with using the Tamiya callouts in the instruction manual for this. It would be a little bit light for SCC 15. I think though, really, especially if you're representing a tank that's, say, not fresh off the factory floor, it's been in the sun for a while, this paint's starting to bleach, you would have no problems with it. It would be a pretty good highlight color, actually. The way I finished it, however, was with a collection of 3 Tamiya paints, XF81, 71, and 58, mixed using the Mike Starmer mix, which is as far as Dawn on the server tells me about the definitive paint mix for it. And then here are basically just a few photos of the kit after I finished it. Basically, most of the things that you see in this photo are going to be what you get in the kit. The only changes I made, and I'll get into some of these in more detail in a second, were the grab handles on the engine deck. I changed the heads from the Tamiya kit heads to some spares I had from AliExpress. I scratch built just a little hood for the loader, and I added this teacup. But other than that, everything you see here is what you get in the kit. So it actually is pretty cool. They give you spare tracks and some stowage pieces, as well as this really cool 4-part tow cable. So this is not one piece. This is actually like 4 pieces you have to join together precisely. But I think it looks pretty good.
So how does that tow cable like go together? Like, is it?
So essentially, what you see here. So hold on, let me John Madden this. So all right. So down here at the bottom, all of that is one piece. Okay.
Yep.
Each of the tow cable ends is one piece, and then there are 2 pieces that basically connect from the central piece to the tow cable ends. And you have to put that all together. It's actually not as bad as it sounds.
It seems pretty good. I mean, it definitely looks a lot better than, say, a single molded tow cable.
Yeah, or a string.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, with this kit, again, the goal here was basically to show what you could get with the kit out of the box. So I made minor alterations, like, say, adding wire to the commander's headset, adding a helmet here, and some masking tape for the straps between the tie downs on the turret. But aside from that, this is exactly what you would get with the kit. I have heard varying opinions on it. Really, the main crux of the issue, it seems, with this kit was the canvas mantlet cover. So what Tamiya does here is they give you just one piece that's pre-molded, and you slot the machine gun and the cannon barrel into it. Personally, I thought it was pretty good. I thought that if you were willing to do some dry brushing to kind of highlight some areas, it, to me, looks like canvas, so I'm happy with it. But the only thing with this is that it does prevent you from being able to super elevate the gun. So if that matters to you, I'm sure that there are going to be 3D printed conversion parts where you just get the bare mantlet. That'll come out in the future, if not already. I do know that T-Rex Studio has already made individual Lincoln length tracks for this kit. But yeah, trying to think. Yeah, I tried to give it a bit more of a heavily weathered finish, as if it were driving through the winter snow and mud, and then through a city afterwards. Yeah.
Well, it looks damn fine.
Thank you.
It sure does. I love the. This is more of your doing, obviously, but I love all the little extras you did, like the grass and the muddy stuff going on in the wheels and the extras that you said you'll talk about later.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the extras, so one of the things I really liked about with this kit is Tamiya's really gone like full in with this whole Lincoln length track business, right? And I mean, people have their opinions about it. Some people don't like it because it's kind of restrictive. You can't pose the suspension and whatnot. I liked it because what I was able to do was assemble the entire side of tracks. So I could glue all of the road wheels to the tracks, and I could just pull them off, which allowed me to basically do these effects on the inside of the hull where you see things like grass and built up mud and leaves and whatnot. The Lincoln length tracks really make it easy to access that. And I will say also with Tamiya, what they're doing now is they're actually on the return rollers putting male and female connectors, so that you actually cannot, as long as you follow the instructions, you cannot install these tracks incorrectly. Like the sag will always be perfect, which is really nice.
That is awesome.
That is a really good idea.
So
see, when tracks are like that, you can't beat that.
Yeah. So basically, if I want to talk about the advantages with this kit, I'd say the 17-pounder gun barrel, first of all, is molded as one piece. There was a faint seam line, but literally all it took to get rid of it was just take my hobby knife and drag it along, like at a perpendicular angle, and that's all it took to get rid of it. The tracks are very detailed, but they're also very easy to assemble, a lot more expedient than, say, individual link. The detail on this kit overall was pretty good. I'd say, really, the only thing I can, and I'll talk about the grab handles in a second, the only other place where the detail was maybe not amazing was the commander's sighting vane on the top of the turret. But that's the kind of thing where if you were very careful and you took a knife, you could just basically eliminate all the extra plastic on that. But overall, it was very good. Now, the issues with the kit, because there are some. So first of all, if you want to do a post-war Comet, or basically anything other than 11th Armored Division, you can't do that with the kit decals. They give you two marking options: the same tank from the same division, from the same unit. One's 52, the other is 54. So there's basically just two different names of the tanks, and that's all you get. Now, I do believe that Star Decals has made a pretty big decal set for post-war users, but yeah, in the kit, that's all you get.
Did Canadians ever use the
No.
Comet?
Nope.
Oh,
This
that's
was-
a pity.
so
Otherwise,
the
autoloader
British-
decals to the rescue.
So the British used it both in Britain, Germany, and Hong Kong. The Cubans used it, the Finnish used it, and the South Africans used it.
See, I would have thought a tank like that would have been used by a lot more people.
You
Yeah.
would have thought.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
aside from that, so there's basically one kind of issue, and I think Christian on the server was pointing this out when the first test shots of this kit came out. So on the engine deck, and I've included a reference photo from Bovington just to give you a bit of perspective. As you can see here, like the grab handles are molded on as basically these blobs, right?
Trash.
Yeah.
So look at those compared to the actual grab handles. So basically, with these, if you actually want to like make it look more realistic, you really have to do this. Like I'd say every other detail on the kit you can overlook as being due to the scale, but these ones you will have to replace. So the way that I went about making them more accurate was I actually would cut off each of those individual nubbins. Let me see if I can get a photo here. Yeah, here we go. So all the nubbins I cut off with side cutters, smoothed it out with my razor blade, and then thanks to Owen at work, we basically just took a bunch of brass, bended it to the right shape, super glued it in, and there you have it.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Looks
That
Yeah,
brass
that-
looks really good.
That looks
And-
way better. Yeah.
That's the kind of detail that you will notice when you look up close. Aside from that, the kit was pretty good. I've mentioned the gun barrel, I've mentioned the tracks. Another really good feature of this kit was the figures, and you can see them up top here. So the two figures you get in the kit are for the commander and loader. They are both torso figures, so basically, with Tamiya, they don't give you the full body. They just sit on a platform that you attach to the inside of the turret. They are really, really good. So basically, everything in the olive drab plastic is what you got, and they were fantastically molded. The sculpting is very, very realistic. The only thing that what I decided to do is I changed out the heads on them, basically because the kit parts are okay. They are a little bit chunkier though, and I mean that's kind of partially the limitation of just injection molding the faces. But yeah, these are two AliExpress spares I had. Yeah, I'm going to be using those Tamiya heads for a later project. I'd say if you were just willing to use a bit of careful painting and some washes on them, you'd probably get a pretty decent result. But yeah, so the figures are very good. They lend themselves well to doing things like uniform and fabric highlighting, and they give the model a bit of a story as well. So, in summary, with the Comet, I would say with this kit, you're going to get an acceptable, or in some cases, good level of detail. If I were going to build one again, I would probably recommend getting a 3D printed part for the commander's vane for the sight. And then also, again, I would recommend swapping out the grab handles for brass. Probably one of the best parts of this model was how easy it was to assemble. I took quite a long time to build it, but that was primarily because I was recording every step of the process. If you wanted to, you could build it in the weekend. Very easy assembly, very enjoyable. The instructions, as usual, are very helpful. And the way that the kit is put together, it gives you a lot of options for if you want to do things like thin out the fenders or add aftermarket. That's very easy to do. Again, the torso figures are very well molded, but the heads will need very careful painting. The one-piece barrel, as I said before, that's something that's good to see Tamiya doing because, who here likes cleaning up seam lines? Yeah, the tracks are well done. And the only other thing really is that there were, again, limited marking options that come in the kit. So if you want to do basically anything that's not 11th Armored Division, prepare to buy aftermarket decals. And yeah, so in summary, I would personally highly recommend it. I know that Jack has got one on my recommendation, and hopefully you like it, Jack.
Oh yeah, I've got it in the stash right now.
Yeah.
Same.
Personally, honestly, with the ease of assembly and the really good details, I'd say this is one of the better tank kits I've ever seen, for sure.
You've ever seen?
Ever seen, yeah. Like this, like I might be going hard on it for the grab handles, but overall, this thing is fantastic. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very
There you
nice.
go.
I definitely want to buy one when I can afford it.
Yeah,
I'm considering doing the Cuban one. There's some. I don't know if this would be doing it justice, but there's an abandoned pink Cuban Comet in a forest.
Oh God.
I don't know if it would be doing the kit justice, but
why not? And that's one of the good things about it is like if you want to get aftermarket tracks, I think they would just fly on. Yeah, so it was a very well done kit. And also I will note that there was casting texture on the turret. It was subtle, but when you look at photos of the real thing, even on the real thing, it's almost unnoticeable. So you could totally document it up with Mr. Surfacer if you wanted, but you don't have to. It's kind of up to your own personal preference.
good touch on their end, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Tamiya's casting. There's a lot of times where you sit there and I could, but the texture's there already and it's decent enough.
Another thing with the texture was the weld beads. So at first, I was looking at the weld beads that they give you on the kit, and I was like, these don't look that well defined. Then you look at an actual photo of a Comet turret, and you realize they were just so good at welding, you barely even notice the weld bead.
Everyone's used to flame cuts from like Germany or the god awful welding on like T-34s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, this stuff I will say, based on the reference photos, you don't have to worry about saying, "Oh, there's no weld beads here." Well, no, they're there. It's just that they're so subtle that you can't really notice them. But yeah,
so that's good.
Highly recommended.
Sweet.
And
sounds like it's good at what it tries to be.
Yes.
And it's such a damn good looking tank as well.
Oh,
I'm
it's
glad that I've done
tank.
justice. I love the Comet.
It's just a shame they didn't add more, it didn't actually get more use in real life, so that they're limited on decals. Is the only bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that review, Dennis. That was very helpful. I'm sure everyone else will find that very, very helpful.
Everyone join the
100%.
Comet Club.
Comet.
Right, so we have been going on for an hour 20, which is probably a good time to start wrapping up. Are there any other announcements we might have? I've got a few, but I'll give it to everyone else. Does anyone else have anything personal, podcast-wise, anything?
My AliExpress order came in. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Nice one.
Go check out Greg's video on his AliExpress order. It's on his YouTube channel. I'll drop the link in the description.
Yeah, and I've somehow managed to revive my YouTube channel from the grave.
Oh, how'd you manage that?
Well, I had the Mark IV tadpole all fully built and videoed, but I was having difficulty with the voiceover because, I'm neurotic as fuck. So I did 2 videos with just captioned, but everyone said I should try and do voice again. So on the latest one I did with the MiG-19, I actually did voiceover, and yeah, so I'm trying to try and keep it active as much as possible. I've put a vote to the viewers on what I'm going to build next, and since I've finished everything, I've had a look at that vote, and next up I'm going to be building my monogram Dornier Do17Z. So don't know when that video will be out, but should be good. I love the Dornier.
Fuck yeah.
Nice one.
So, as usual, we've got the Patreon. We'll be loading more videos at some point soon to that. That's only for as little as $1. You know, show us a bit of love, but you don't have to. That's fine. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that bollocks. So go follow us on that. Message us if you want to. Send us an email. You know, even if you want to abuse us, that's fine. We get it. But, yeah. Group build is coming to an end as well. You've got 10 days left, so if you are doing it, I know there's been some really good builds coming out of that, especially bloody MD, Martin Drayton.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he is killing it.
My man's building a mile higher.
That guy, was it a Jagdpanzer IV coming off a reference photo? Jesus Christ.
It's fucking
Dude,
beautiful.
he nailed it.
Yeah, that thing looks amazing. And we've also got I think we've got 7 submissions so far, and we're waiting on, I think we've got another 6 to go to come in. So, and that's
Oh, we got prizes too.
Yep. So that should be coming out later. We're still waiting on James Skiffin. He hasn't shown us what he's been doing lately, so hopefully he'll let us know. But other than that, yeah, that's me tapped out. Dennis?
Well then, on that note, you have been watching and listening to the Micro Machines podcast. If you've been with us up until this point, thank you so much for sticking around. And we will return next week with the T55. All right,
Most
bye
likely.
everyone.
See ya.
See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.